Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Hello and welcome to Museum Nights. I think, yes, you can see me. That's great. I'm here up in the corner of the screen. Let me give you some more art in the background and turn down the music a little bit. That's fantastic. It is wonderful to be here with you on another second Thursday of the month. Every second Thursday of the month, we meet for Museum Nights. We've done it in person for years. We've been doing it online for months and having a lot of fun with amazing guests, performers tonight, and with all of you. We welcome your comments along the way in the YouTube chat box. We'll enjoy seeing what you have to say. Share your applause there and your kudos for our performers. Tonight, we're presenting in partnership with a lot of people, all the people at the Harn who are working on this, as well as our colleagues from the Center for African Studies. I want to bring in Agnes Leslie. Here she comes to join us. Agnes Leslie is a wonderful partner at the Center for African Studies, and she's just going to join us to say a welcome. Hi, Agnes. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Eric. I'm delighted to be here. Good evening and welcome to everybody. On behalf of the Center for African Studies, I welcome you to this wonderful event. First, I would like to thank the Han Museum for their partnership in these events. Indeed, the Han has been our partner in promoting African art and culture and education to schools and communities for several years. We treasure the Han Museum's enthusiasm in organizing these events. This allows the Center for African Studies to showcase our faculty and students' vibrancy. Tonight is a testimony of celebrating the diverse African culture. I'm so glad we can still share this during the time of the pandemic. Thank you to my colleague and storyteller and poet, Kole Odutola, whom I have not seen since the pandemic. Felicity, a talented designer, a treasure to this community, and Barakissa Coulibaly, a formidable and energetic African dancer. I am so delighted to have all these three in this lineup this evening. We are in for a treat this evening. Thank you all and enjoy the evening.
Agnes, thank you. I think you said it better than I possibly could. And when you said we are in for a treat this evening, that is absolutely right. The talented people you mentioned are all really incredible.
And thank you, Eric, for all that you do. You know, with so much enthusiasm, we owe you so much in the Han Museum. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure and our honor. You're welcome. Good night, Agnes. Enjoy the show.
I will enjoy the show as well.
Watch us on YouTube, along with the rest of our audience.
Right. Ciao. Okay. Bye now. Good night.
Bye. Let's see what we got going here. Put this in the background again. So in a moment, I'm going to bring on our first performer, Kole Odutola. I want to say that tonight, the event, I know what we want to do. We want to look at my background, right? And you can go ahead and sign off, Agnes.
Okay, I'm leaving now.
See in my background, if I can get out of the way, that is Sankofa. This is Museum Night Sankofa. And Sankofa, that's a figure that you'll see in Adinkra symbols. A bird with its head turned backwards looking behind us. It's the symbol for the word Sankofa, which is from the Akan and Twi Fante languages in Ghana. And it evokes the idea of, it's used in a phrase that says, it is not wrong, it's translated many ways I've read, it's not wrong to go back for that which you have forgotten, to remember the past, to retrieve the past and use it as you then go forwards. That looking back is a positive thing. And so for us, we're excited at the idea of the artists today who are drawing on traditional arts of the past, arts with a long history, and making them very current for us today. That said, our first performer, I'll go ahead and bring in Kole.
Yeah.
And here he comes.
Okay.
Did I get you? There you are.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
We're here.
There
Okay.
you are. I love it. What beautiful colors. Kole Odutola is a Yoruba lecturer, is Dr. Odutola, I should say, a Yoruba lecturer here in the, at UF in the Department of Languages, Literatures, and Cultures. He's a poet. He's a storyteller. He's a photojournalist. He's an environmental activist, a Renaissance man, I would say. He has studied botany and media studies and communications in Nigeria and the United Kingdom and the United States. He's performed worldwide. We are so lucky to have him here at the University of Florida, here in Gainesville, and here at Museum Nights. And tonight, Kole is going to perform for us a story. Yapa and his wife, Yanibo. A few of my friends are going to join me so that Kole is not alone in his room. I welcome Mimi and Paige to share their videos if they are able to do that or going to do that. And there's Heather. Heather, you have a guest with you. Thank you for being here tonight. And Kole, with that, I think you'll take the floor and tell us what we need to do when.
Okay. Well, like I would say, a traveler who has taken a journey from afar and has come deserves a welcome. And the traveler who does not give a welcome does not receive welcome from those at home. I greet you. I greet the spirit in you all. And I say that I bring fraternal greetings from the people who sent me, from the spirit that propels me. I say welcome to all of you who are gathered this night by neon lights to listen to my story. But you know what? This story I want to tell you was told to me by my father. The story was told to my father by his own father. My father's father told the story to my father's father, and it has all run in my family. So it is not a story to be taken lightly, and stories from where I come are very delicate. When we tell stories, those who are listening must be a part of our story, or else when it's exactly 12 midnight, your stomach will grow as big as the drum used in the market square. If you don't want your stomach to be big, then you must follow me and say along with me whenever you need to be a part of a story. You might not know it that stories are a part of a family. Stories and songs are brothers and brothers, or sisters and sisters, if you like. There is hardly any story without a song, and there is hardly a song without a story. They always go together. Anytime you find them, a story, a song, a story and a song and a story and a song and a story. And so it is that they keep on advancing. It is the way the world, our world, is made. But tonight, when I say hello, you all who are listening to me and can talk would say hello. Can I hear it? Let's practice it. Hello.
Hello.
You would say hello. 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 Very good. Yes, you can clap for yourself. You can clap because you have done a good job. Your stomach will not be as big as a drum in the market square at 12 midnight. So that is how we start the story. And as you know, all these stories are always once upon a time. And you would say, time, time, time. Are you there?
We're here.
Once upon a time.
Time, time, time.
Very good. Once upon a time.
Time, time, time.
Yes. The story I'm about to tell you rolls and rolls. Giddy, 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 go. The story rolls and tumbles like the thunder. Baga. and it lands in the house of Ijapa. In your own culture and in your own language, you call that the tortoise. Ijapa. Ijapa is one of those crafty little animals, a little crafty thing. And Ijapa, of course, has a wife. And the wife is called Yonibo. What did I say? The wife's name is what? Yonibo.
Yanibo.
Right. Yes. The wife's name is what?
Yanibo.
Very good. So this story is about Ijapa and Yonibo. Yes, yes. Those are the two characters that are going to be part of our story today. So Ijapa is one of those men. I'm sure you all must have met them one time or the other in your life. They do very little. They don't know where the broom is. They don't know where the sugar is in the house. They don't know where the matches. They just are men who just love to wake up and walk around. Ijapa was exactly like that. Ijapa in the morning will wake up and will call, Yanibo, oh, Yanibo, my wife, oh, Yanibo. And Yanibo will come running like a dutiful wife. Of course, those of you who are married know about how you dot over your husband. You know? Oko mi olowo ori mi o. Oko mi àyànfẹ́. Ọkọ mi ẹni tí mo tó gbowó rà tó gbowó tọ́ mi. Ọkọ mi o, olówó orí mi o. Oh, women are so wonderful. God created them differently. And so was Yonibo. She would sing the praises of Ijapa. And whatever Ijapa wanted, whether it was tea or it was coffee or it was akamu, whatever, or it was even ordinary water, Yonibo, the wife, would go, search everywhere, and she made sure that her husband had everything that he needed. So, in the afternoon, what do you think that Ijapa does in the afternoon? Anybody? Yes, you. Anybody? What do you think Ijapa does? If you don't talk, your stomach could be as big as the drum of a market square. So what do you think Ijapa does? Yes?
Takes a nap.
He takes a nap. Yes? Who else? What do you think he does? Ijapa takes a nap in the afternoon. Yes? Who else? Who else? Who else? Your stomach will not be big. Anybody who does not talk this night, at 12 midnight, your stomach is going to be as big as the drum played in the market square.
Eats.
Oh, yes. Ijapa just eats. Ijapa does nothing. He would just stroll into the house, having visited friends and family, and visited all sorts of people, doing next to nothing. And he will come home expecting lunch. Lunch. Oh, there are times when he will come home for lunch and he expects to see a steaming pot of amala with begiri and abula. There are times when he will come home and he would all want to see that meal. What is that meal you like? Tell me, somebody there, tell me, what is your meal? What do you like? Yes. What kind of meal do you like? Anything. Ijapa would like it. Tell me. Yes?
Pizza.
Yes, pizza. Yes. It will be a very big one. Who else? If you don't talk, your stomach will be as big as the drum played in the market square.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. It will be very hot. And that is what anything that Ijapa wants, Yonibo, the wife, will make sure that it is ready in the afternoon. And Ijapa would eat, and he would put his hand to the bowl. He would lick his fingers. He would lick the bowl. He will eat so much, and he will be so happy, and his stomach will be satisfied. And sometimes, don't tell anybody I told you this. Promise, don't tell anybody. Because there are times when Ijapa will eat and he will fall asleep. By the time he wakes up, your neighbor would have packed all the plates, washed all the plates, and put everything into their proper places. Now, when it comes to the night, you would expect that Ijapa will do what men are supposed to do. But no, Ijapa will do nothing like that. So year in, year out, this month, next month, Yonibo did not, how do I say this in the presence of visitors? I don't even know their names and people who are watching me from afar. How do I wish my father was around. He would have told you exactly what did not happen to Yonibo. But I have to say it because I agreed when Dr. Eric said to me, Kole, you are going to tell a story at the museum night. I said, hey, can I tell this story? Would these people be all right? Well, let me not hold you too long. You know, Ijapa's wife, Yonibo, did not, you know that, yes, you know now. Look at Dr. Eric laughing. He knows. We all know these things. And I can see with the corner of my eyes, you two, you are laughing. You are laughing. Yeah, it is true that Yonibo did not. So Yonibo became very worried that we have been doing night in, night out. Nothing has happened. We need these little fields, you know, children that will be pulling things and doing that. We need them around the house. But Ijapa, you are not pulling your weight. And so Nonibo, the wife, said, Ijapa, I think we should do something. We should do something about this matter. Is anybody here who knows what they can do? If you don't even know what is wrong, you probably will not have any solution to it. Is somebody Nick? There's somebody, please help me. What do you think they should do? Don't leave this story for me alone, no. Because if you don't talk, the story will go back into my stomach and that is it. So somebody, what do you think? What do you think that they should do? Oh, what should they do?
They should adopt a pet.
Hey, they should go to a doctor. Hey, where would they find a doctor? They don't have insurance. Hey, so what? Hey, you see? Who else? Somebody else should talk. Somebody, look, hey, the story is about to go. Please, tell me. What do you think they should do? Hey,
they should spend time together going to places like museums.
Hey, see, Dr. Eric is very good. In fact, when they start coming to the museum and they start coming to the museum night, they will get ideas. They will begin to imagine things, different things. They will see different artifacts. They will see Ere Beji. You know, in the museum, they have some Yoruba artifacts that will tell them of what their forefathers did and how they did it. Anyway, the reason why they are not going to go to the museum is because of this pandemic, you know, but the museum has now decided that we can do it virtually. And Ijapa is a lazy man. Instead of him to switch on the computer and go to the museum and watch. Anyway, Nonibo had an idea. You know that women are always having ideas. They are very, very good when it comes to ideas. So Nonibo one day calculated this and he said, Ijapa. Ijapa said, oh. Ijapa. Ijapa said, oh. Ijapa. Oh. How many ears do you have? Ijapa said, 2. How many times did I call you? Ijapa said, you called me 3 times. Okay. So you have passed that. It means that you are alive and you are listening to me. You know, I have been thinking that since that thing has not happened, I think you should go to the wise old man with white hair who lives up the mountain. You know him? Ah, the Ijapa said, of course, I know Baba. Why didn't I think about it? So the wife said, I think tomorrow morning at exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. You know that we are having this story. It started at 7 o'clock at night. The wife said, at 7 o'clock in the morning, get up and start going. Because the place is very far. And there's no RTS. You know, the return to sender bus service. Oh, sorry, regional transport service. You know, that goes around the blue. That's why I'm wearing blue. You know, the bus that goes around, they don't have it in their own village. So the Ijapa has to walk. You know, he has to walk. And exactly 6:40, Nonibo woke Ijapa up. She had already prepared akara and akamu. Akara is bean cake. Akamu is pap. Hot things with all the ingredients, all of those tasty things that you can find. They were all in it. Immediately, Ijapa woke up and smelled the coffee. You know, as you wake up, and he smelled akara and akamu. He went to work. He filled himself. By the time it was 7 a.m., Yonibo said, on your way. And the Ijapa started the journey. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Go with 1 step, and 3 steps. 4 steps. And he kept on walking and walking and walking. Even me, I cannot tell you how many steps the Ijapa to go. It was long. It was a long journey. But he reached Baba's place. And he greeted Baba. And the father of secrets greeted Ijapa. Welcome, my child. So what is it that we have come to do? Baba said, hey, wait. So Baba brought out cowrie shells, which we call oweyo, and he gave to Ijapa. He said, speak into it. And Ijapa spoke into the cowrie shells. And Baba took the cowrie shells and threw it on the divination board. And he started. And he went on with the incantations, and it was going on, and it was going on, and it was going on. And finally, boom, appeared the solution to Ijapa's problem. Ijapa had not even told Baba what he had come for. But Baba was able to use the spiritual, theoretical, conventional, non-conventional system to break into the past and bring it out. It is not like your own science, but this is what we call spiritual science. It is only for those who know. And the solution came out. Does anybody, because if you listen to me too long, the story will run away. Does anybody know what the solution was? Yes, somebody there. Tell me, what was the solution? What do you think the solution was? Dr. Eric, you can't talk because you will say we should come to the museum. I know, but that was not the solution. We know that coming to the museum is a very good thing. Yes. Oh yeah. Who else? And if you have not talked this night, you better talk. Because if you don't talk, I will not be around at 12 midnight when your stomach will grow as big as a drum in the village square. I warned you. So you better talk now. What do you think the solution was? Now? You don't know. I don't know too. I don't know what the solution was. Okay, my father told me the solution. Okay. Okay, you want to tell us? Okay, tell us. Yes, tell us. Yeah. Yes. What was it? You are laughing, oh, she's laughing. She's laughing, oh, she's laughing. Come and see her laughing, oh, laughing.
Travel the world.
Oh, travel the world. You are a traveler. Okay, all right. All right. Yeah, your stomach will not be as big at 12 midnight as the village square drum because you have tried something. But the solution that came out from the divination board, the solution that came out was that Baba would go into his inner chambers. And Baba went into his inner chambers, and there he communed with the gods, and he communed with the gods, and the gods came up with ingredients and a meal that is different from anything you have ever seen in the world. And Baba prepared it. He prepared it with 7 different ingredients. And after about 17 minutes, Ijapa was already getting impatient. You know, he's a man who just can't sit still. But Baba came out. He came out with this dish in a calabash, covered. And he said to Ijapa, take this to Yonibo, your wife. Take it to her. Let me tell you, do not eat it. And Ijapa accepted. And he carried the bowl. And he started his walk back home. One step after another will take us there. One step after another will take us there. One step after another will take us home. One step after another will take us home. And that was it. He went on and on. And when it remained just 7 minutes, what did I say? It remained how many minutes? How many minutes?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes. That was all that it remained for Ijapa to get home. And the spirit that pushes men to do wrong things came from somewhere and started to hold dialogue with Ijapa. Hey, Ijapa, Baba said you should not eat it. What you are carrying is not it. Oh. It is something. He didn't say don't eat something. Oh. He said don't eat it. Hey, but did he say you should not taste it? You can taste it. So the dialogue went. Ijapa just sat down, bah, and he put one finger, one small finger. He put it, he opened the calabash. He put one finger. Hey, this thing is very sweet. Oh. Is it? Look, let me not drag this story for too long because I know you want to know the end of the story. You also, you are as impatient as Ijapa. You know, I know it. You are impatient. You want to know the end of the story. Okay. All right. Ijapa ate everything. Everything. He licked everything. He licked everything. And finally, after he licked it, you know, his face cleared. You know, when people do bad things, after they have done it, then they will look right and say, this was not my, I didn't do it. Hey, the devil pushed me to do it. The devil will just give you a smack. Bah! I didn't, it's not my fault. Bah! Well, it's not your fault. All right. And so he had to cover it and behave like a man. So those of you who know men will know that they can do something and then they will just, with a straight face, you know, you know that laugh they give. Okay. And so Ijapa did the same thing, you know. Yes. So, and Kalama Kurinku, it is only one time, he carried the thing. And then he went home. And he gave the calabash to Yonibo and said, Baba asked me to give you this. Step outside into the yard lift one of your legs. Listen, say lift one leg. And once you lift that leg, say koshe koshe ntila koshe bobo lagutongo. All right. So Yonibo, beautiful wife, woman, collected the thing, went into the yard, and lifted one leg. Of course, Ijapa did not say which leg, whether it was the right leg or the left leg. That is what men do. They always find a way to blame you. And you, instead of asking for correct information, Yonibo was too much in a hurry. And so she went, she opened it, and there was nothing there. Ijapa was on his bed, rubbing his stomach like, I have done this one. It was not quite 27 minutes. Ijapa's stomach started to grow big. Emo. His mouth, whoa. His head, whoa. His legs, everything started to go. He rolled out of the bed and went to Yonibo, the wife. Yonibo, what do you think is happening? Am I going to do that? Yonibo said, look, quickly go back to the Baba. And so, Ijapa started the journey again. And you know that journey will be the longest journey in his life. He started to go. But as he was going, we need to help him on the way with a song. When I sing, I will raise my hand and you will say, Alugbiri. So let's practice. Alugbiri. Can I hear it? Alugbiri. Say it one more time. Alugbiri.
Alubili.
Very good, very good. You are very good. You are very good. You are very good. So Ijapa started the song and you would have to accompany him. So Babalawo Mowa Bebe Alugbiri. Babalawo Mowa Bebe Alugbiri. Babalawo Mowa Bebe Ogun tó ṣe fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Ó ní màmá fọwọ́ kẹnu. Ó ní màmá fẹsẹ̀ kẹnu. Ogun tó ṣe fún mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan. Babaláwo bẹ̀bẹ̀. And he kept on singing, and all the winds and all the deities in the forest were singing with him. And when he got to Baba, immediately Baba saw him. He said, what did you do? You know, unfortunately, you see this part of the story. My father says, if I don't know the names of all of the people who are listening to the story, I should never, ever tell them what happened. You will have to figure it out yourself. Oh, what did Baba tell Ijapa and what happened after? So, ladies and gentlemen of the museum night, my father is dead. I cannot bring you. If he was alive, I would have been able to tell him to come and tell you. But he says that you all are very smart and you have great imagination. So you have to figure out how the story ended. And on that note, Dr. Eric, this is how far I can go with you. I can't go any further in this journey. So that is the end of my story. I wish you all a wonderful night as you start to figure out what happened. What did the Baba tell Ijapa? What did Ijapa do? What happened to Ijapa? What happened to Yonibo? Questions, questions, and questions. That is your own part of the night. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until another time when I come your way again, I'm the voice that gets into your heart through your ears. I'm the one that expands even when you are asleep. I'm the one in which tomorrow morning you will begin to hear that I said something. Because he who goes, every leave taker does not take a leave. They have left something and have left something into your world. May it grow. May it grow and bear fruit. Thank you.
Thank you, Kole.
Yeah.
So you have left us all with a story to finish, not just those of us here with you on the screen, but a whole bunch of people in the YouTube chat. So we'll all finish the story together. Let us prepare to bring in our next talented people. Thank you so much for joining us, Heather and Paige and Heather's daughter and Mimi. There we go. So I'm delighted to bring to our museum nights dance beginning in just a moment. Sorry, I'm managing a little bit of technology here. Let's bring in Barakissa and I'll introduce her. I think that they'll be, send them a note, they'll join us momentarily. And while they're getting to join us, Barakissa Coulibaly is a master West African dancer and choreographer from Abobo, Abidjan in Cote d'Ivoire. And she's traveled and taught in many countries, including Spain, Japan, Greece, and of course, France and the United States. They are on board. Let me spotlight them so we can see their studio. Welcome. I don't hear y'all, so I'm sure you'll turn on your mics soon. I was saying she teaches at the University of Florida. She's an official UNESCO International Dance Council member. She's director of Mosso-Kan West African Dance and Drum and Ensemble, and you can see some of the ensemble there on the left side of your screen. And for museum night, she's joined by members of Mosso-Kan, as well as students from her UF West African Dance and Drum class. So how's our sound? Can I hear you? Oh.
Good.
I heard a little bit and then it cut out. Are all the mics on?
Yeah.
That's kind of suppressed. The very end, it popped in.
Test, test.
That sounds good. I hear someone.
Is everybody can?
So I have done an introduction for you all. We are ready when you are to begin. We have a really excited audience who have just enjoyed an amazing story by Kole Odutola. Do we need any more AV check tests here, or are we all good?
Yeah, one over here. Can you hear me?
That sounds super clear. Yes, that's excellent.
Test, test. Okay. Yes.
That's cutting out a bit. That was cutting out a lot.
Mm.
Do you think we should just back? Is it that mic? I don't know. It sounded good earlier in our early check. I don't know. And at some point, had to turn. Go ahead. I'll mute myself. That was fantastic. Loved it.
Okay.
What did you do?
Yeah, let's go. You gotta start. Ah! Sigidia. It means family, community. It is said, from the one comes the many. Out of many comes back to one. This is a cornerstone understanding of African civilization itself. For where would we be without diversity? Unity. It stands the same for African music and dance. Where would we be without the djembe? Where would we be without the junjun? And of course, where would we be without the balafon? And of course, where would we be without the expression of the dancer and the storyteller? Tonight, you will witness diversity through the demonstration performance of 3 African dance and drum rhythms. The first is Zauli of the Kole people, a dance representing the power, grace, and beauty of the woman. Yes, queen, yes. And 2, Timbate of the Wabe people, a dance celebrating the harvest of rice, a staple in West Africa and known throughout the African diaspora, of course. Oh, I'm getting hungry. And 3, Dimbadan of the Malinke people. A dance celebrating the love of our mothers. Where would we be without our mothers? Yes. Interesting about the Malinke, yes? They spread across many borders. You should know. In Burkina Faso, for example, we know it as Dimbadan. But in Guinea, Soli. Diversity, unity. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs, señor and señores, the University of Florida Horn Museum is proud and pleased to present to you tonight Sigidia. Ah! Dimbadan, a dance honoring the mothers. It is said that all humanity comes from one African mother. Ah, in all societies, we must honor our mothers for prosperity and abundance. So tonight, University of Florida's West African Drum and Dance class is performing Dibadan here tonight. I have seen them, as you have. Oh, get ready for amazing Dibadan.
Wow. So incredible. You wouldn't believe the chat on our YouTube stream blowing up with love. People playing the djembe at home, people dancing. I was dancing. Thank you so much. You were beautiful. That was incredible. And thank you to these amazing performers, musicians, the griot, the dancers, the students. Take a bow, please. Eterbado, hey. Oh man, beautiful. Thank you so much. We're so grateful to all of you for sharing your amazing talent tonight. It translates beautifully on the screen, believe it or not. You'll see when you have a chance to see on YouTube. People loved it. Thank you. Good night. Be well. But to our audience, don't go away because we have more talent joining us in just a moment. Mimi, you want to drop in and tell us what's next? Let's
Sure.
let's say goodbye here. And remove the spotlight on that. Okay, I think you're good to go, Mimi.
All right. So I have the honor of introducing our next speaker, Felicity Tackey-Otoo, who is a graduate student at the UF Rinker School of Construction Management. Felicity has worked with us at a lot of museum nights in the past and is passionate about traditional and modern Ghanaian clothing and fashion. She's going to discuss Ghanaian textiles she works with, and she's going to explore some of the connections between works in the Harn collection and her own garments. So I'm going to let her in. And she'll be right with us. Hi, Felicity.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Perfect.
sounds good. How are you?
Fine.
Well, I just introduced you. I'm going to make sure you can share your screen. Okay, you should be able to share your screen. She works with, and she's going to explore some of the connections between works in the Harn collection and her own garments.
Hello, hello. Should I go ahead and talk?
Yes, are you able to share your screen?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Good evening. My name is Felicity, and I come from Ghana. So today I'll be giving a presentation on African wax prints, and I'm going to give a little history on how and why I decided to, do something like this. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. Second screen. Share. Hi. So there we go. So yes, as I said, my name is Felicity. I come from Ghana, and I'm a construction management graduate student, and I've worked with the Hand Museum for some time. So when I was little, we go to the market. My mom would take us to the market. We buy our own fabrics, and then we'll go to a tailor or a seamstress, and we'll be measured, and they sew the outfit for us. I was just intrigued, but it never clicked. And then I came to America, and I wanted to, still work on fabrics. I wanted to sew my own clothes. Basically, I wanted to sew my own clothes. So I did some research on these fabrics, and I hope you enjoy it. So a little brief history about wax, the wax print. So the wax print goes way back, West Africa, way back. So the history has it that the Europeans, when they were trading on the west coast of Africa, all the way in southern part of Africa into Asia, they went to Indonesia, and in Indonesia, they saw the technique of Java wax printing. And so they decided to replicate it, where they could use wax-resistant techniques. Well, they did that, and they took it back to Indonesia. And unfortunately, it didn't hit. On their way back to Europe, they passed through west coast of Africa. And Ghana, at the time, was called the Gold Coast. It became a very huge success in Ghana. And well, they found a market in Africa, especially in Ghana, and especially the west coast of Africa. And this is just a brief history. I don't want to go into details, but yes, this man right here, you see, his name is Ebenezer Fleming. He was one of the big importers of wax prints into Africa. And he did a lot of business in 1893. And he's from Scotland, and he used to trade fabrics from West Africa, back and forth, Europe and West Africa. And so this is Vlisco, the company's name, one of the pioneering companies name. This is the fabric, the fabric they outdoor for their 170th anniversary. And it depicts their factory in the Netherlands or Holland. Yeah, so Vlisco has been around for 170 years and over, yes. And Vlisco is just a short form of a name, P.F. van Vlissingen. And then after some time, they shorten it to Vlisco. So yeah, that is it. And now you wonder why, who names these fabrics? How did they come about the names? How, when? You know, all these questions, it keep bothering, well, not bother. But I ask myself these questions. When you go to the market women, they know the names of the fabric, just name it and they give it to you. So let's not forget that in the past, we didn't have internet, we didn't have mobile phones, we didn't have all these things. So of course, the manufacturers, when they, print out their prints, the fabrics, they index it, right? Like 0012, 003. When they bring it to Ghana or West Africa, these market women had they found ways to name these fabrics, and then it stays. So can you imagine going to the market? You don't know the name of the fabric. You don't have a mobile phone to show to the market woman, hey, this is the fabric I want. You don't have any of that. How do you describe it? So you see, these market women come together, find names using events, going around in the world, situations, even looking at the pattern of the fabric and naming it accordingly, right? So sometimes some of these names is not like the same throughout the west coast of Africa. It means something different in Ivory Coast, something different in Ghana, something different in Togo, Benin, Nigeria, So I'm going to explore on that. But because today's theme is on Sankofa, I'm going to go a little into Sankofa and then we'll go straight in. So these fabrics are just Sankofa fabrics, yes. If you look into it, I'm going to tell you why some of them are Sankofa. Sankofa simply means going back to take from, I guess, yeah, going back to take something good from the past, right? So it's depicted by a bird facing forward, firm rooted forward, and with its head turning backwards and picking up something. So it's just forging ahead, but going back to pick up the good things and moving in it. So it's not everything in the past that is bad. So it's, I guess, imploring us to always look back and then take the good things from them, add it to what we have now and move forward with it. So these are some of so san means return. It's an Akan language, a tree language. San means return, ko is go, and then fa is to take, right? So that's what the Sankofa means. I'm going to tell you about this one. This fabric is called Trabinkum or turn left. It's a proverb. It means don't show the way to your house with your left hand. As many African countries, and I don't know, some other parts of the world, the left hand is not accepted. Like you can't greet people with your left hand. You can't touch food with your left hand. Guess what? I'm left-handed. So you can imagine the struggles I had to go through growing up in Ghana. But through it all, I came to America, I was like, wait, what? You can use your left hand for anything and everything. I can't use my left hand for a lot of things, including using the computer mouse, right? Because I was trained to use that. I couldn't use my left hand. I'm left-handed, but I can't use my left hand to eat. I can't use my left hand to do a lot of things. So it's saying, don't show the way to your house with your left hand. It's a sign of disrespect. So basically telling you that in the future, when you make it, and when you become successful, always remember your roots, right? So this is it. And then this one right here is also the Edinkra symbol for Sankofa. If you look closely, it's like two birds put, facing the backs. So that's what this fabric is talking about. It's also like an Edinkra symbol for Sankofa. The next one, so in 2015, the Han Museum had an exhibition on some Ghanaian outfits from some designers, very good designers, in Ghana. And then the first one right here is Shared Afrique. And then we have designers like Christy Brown. So you can search for them, Shared Afrique, Christy Brown, a Japan Gallery, Pestis, and then Bridget Murky. So they had the outfits in the Han Museum in 2015. And it had an exhibition on it, right? And these are a little more of those fabrics. The next one we have is, I'm going to categorize it into fabrics, how they're named, the categories they come in from. So these fabrics were named after personalities. Yes. So I'm going to give you some fabrics that are named after prominent personalities. The first one right here is Nelson Mandela's fabric, right? So this one was launched, you know, Nelson Mandela was the first Black president of South Africa. He was released from prison in 1990, February 1990. So today is exactly 31 years, I think. Yeah, he was released. So this one was done by Vlisco to commemorate his release from jail. Yeah. The next one right here is called the Nkrumah pencil. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah is the first president of Ghana. So this fabric, I guess, was named in his honor. When I was doing my research on this fabric, it was interesting. So for some people, the Nkrumah pencil is just a sign to show how, I guess, knowledgeable and smart he was. He went to school in America, Lincoln University in Pennsylvania. So on the other hand, some people used by his political opponents that he had the pen in his hand. The pen was his power. So when he signs your death warrant, I guess you're dead. But I'm just presenting the information. So you decide what you want to, what to make of it. So that is it for the Nkrumah pencil. The next one we have right here is called Kofi Annan Adjuni, or the Kofi Annan brain. So Kofi Annan is the 7th UN Secretary General, and he's from Ghana. So this fabric was simply named in his honor to show, I guess, his brain, how smart he was, I think. So it's just called Kofi Annan Adjuni. These fabrics, they come in various colors. So when you go to the market, the market women, they know these fabrics and they can easily tell you these fabrics. The next one we have right here is called the Michelle Obama bag. Ooh, I've never seen this fabric in Ghana. And well, the whole time I was saying I never saw it, but it was very intriguing that a fabric would be named after her. But because when I think about Michelle Obama, I don't think about handbags, fashion and all her fashion sense. But it was interesting, amazing that they had a whole fabric named after her when she came to Ghana some years, not Ghana, came to her visit to Africa some years ago. Right. The next one is the Trio of Obama. Once again, I don't know how they come up with these names. Trio of Obama, as you can see, it looks like a tree and a key. Up there, you have a crown. Inside the branches and the leaves, you have an airplane and all these other things going on in there. It's called the Trio of Obama. Yes, and Vlisco launched it in 2008. And now this one right here is called the dashiki. So in America, this one is very, very popular here in America. So it's called the dashiki fabric. In Ghana, it's called the Angelina. According to my research, some people say that this fabric was launched and it coincided with the time a song was released in Ghana called Angelina by the Sweet Talks Band. And it starts from, you can always search for that, the Sweet Talk Bands. Some people call it the Maria Makiba, some people call it the dashiki, and some people call it the Mashaila. So it depends on, I guess, where you are in the world and what you guys call it. And now, the next one, I'm going to talk about some fabrics that talk about people's status in the society. It's very interesting and, for me, intriguing that sometimes the fabric you wear will show your status in the society, but I'm going to give you a few of them. So here you go. This one is called the Bougie. Yes. So in 1940, a Portuguese trader named Nogueira arrived in Netherlands and custom ordered this wax print. So he conceived the ideas that they should use 6 plugs. If you look closely, it's the plugs that they put in cars, like the indicating that the wearer is having a 6-cylinder car. So if you have a 6-cylinder car, you can wear the 6 bougies fabric. So it was commissioned. But when the war came, everything just went down. But after the war, Vlisco started reprinting all these things again. And then somebody thought they should up it to 8. So if you have an 8-cylinder car, you can get the 8 bougie car. How about that? Yeah. So this one is like, okay, I have a 6-cylinder car. Why not get a 6-cylinder 6 bougie fabric to match my car? Or now if I have an 8-cylinder car. So yeah. Interesting. And this one, during my research, I was intrigued about this one too. This one is called the Mama Benz. So the women, especially in the Francophone countries, Togo and Benin, they deal in fabrics. These women are called Nana Benz. They were rich. They were very, they had status in the society. for you to be able to sell fabrics and be that rich. So after most of the women had Benz, like the vehicle Benz, and they commissioned their own fabric called the Mama Benz, and then you just wear it and then feel Mama Benz. Yes, so these fabric merchants in Togo, they are called the Nana Benz. And in my research, I found this and it was very interesting. So many years ago, one of the Mama Benz leaders, her name is Madame Amedome. She was appointed the Minister for Social Welfare in 1977, even though she couldn't read and write. So you can imagine the amount of power they had in their countries. So this is the Mama Benz. The next one is called the Barclays Bank. It's called the Manda or the Ubura Raccoon Balloon in Nigeria and other places. So as the name goes, the Barclays Bank. So it's just called the Barclays Bank because it was named after the bank. And I guess when you wear it, I guess you feel you have money in Barclays Bank, or maybe you actually have money in Barclays Bank. The next one, we have the Rolls Royce or the flowers. So this one is or sometimes some people call it in the Francophone countries, it's called the wedding flowers. It's believed that when you wear it, you have a lot of success coming to you. So just call the Rolls Royce or the flowers. I knew about the flowers, I didn't know about the Rolls Royce, but as I said, it depends on where you go. They have different names for that. So the next one, we have the gramophone plate. So when I used to tell the elementary school kids about this, I'll have to say gramophone, like, what is a gramophone? So I'll have to show them a picture. So now I decided to add the picture to the presentation so that I can show. This is a gramophone. It's like a big, you have to describe, it's like a big CD player. And then you play it on it. So this was printed on fabrics. It's called a gramophone plate in Ghana. And that is it. This one right here is called the showers of blessing fabric. Showers of blessings. What is cooler than lying in a bathtub with a shower over you and then shower the water pouring on you? I guess you're just enjoying your showers of blessing. Yeah, so this fabric is just called the showers of blessing fabric. And then I'm going to talk about the theme called in family and life. So the ones that talk about life and family and all that. This one is also very popular in Ghana. It's called the Diakrojin Frama Ebu. It simply means that when one tree takes all the air, it's going to break. So for instance, if you have, the same force of wind coming to hit a group of trees, the group of trees will be able to withstand it. But when one tree decides to take that same force of wind alone, it's going to break. So this fabric is just encouraging strength in unity. So just unite, and then, when you unite, you can do a lot together. So this fabric is Diakrojin Frama Ebu. And it's one of my favorite fabrics. I really love it because I guess it speaks to me. This fabric right here is called Efiebusia. It's one of the oldest Vlisco fabrics, one of the designs. It says that Efiebusia Chawa, it says that the people who hurt you the most are the people closest to you. So when somebody close to you hurts you, you feel the hurt more than somebody so far away from you. So this one speak about life, like the first one, Diakrojin Frama Ebu, and this one, Efiebusia. This one right here is called a confirm. A confirm is a guinea fowl. How do I describe it? It's like it's smaller than a chicken, and they are very fast and swift. They usually work in groups. So this fabric basically says when you see just one guinea fowl walking around, don't think that it is lonely. The crowd is somewhere there. I try to read some meanings into it. Some of these fabrics, they speak so much to me, so that when I see the fabrics, I can speak to me like, okay, so when you live in Florida and your child is going off to college in California, that's so far away. So it's something you can give to your child, like, you're so far away in California, but we are with you, we support you, we love you, and we're wishing you all the best. So don't think you're alone. Just like the guinea fowl, they work in groups. Yeah. Another one about life is Abrabot says Srada. Life is like a saw. So when you have a plank of wood and you want to cut it with the saw, you have to go forward, come back, go forward, come back, go forward, come back. So I guess this is what it means. Life is like a saw. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's sour, but hey, keep going. So life is like a saw. So I guess when you see this fabric, I hope it reminds you of this saying. Yeah. And the next one is the Owa Chedie. Owatwedi is called the ladder of death in Ghana. In the middle picture is the Edinkra symbol for Owatwedi. It's just a ladder. So basically, the proverb says, everybody will climb the ladder of death. So I guess we have to be, we have to treat everybody with respect, be kind to one another, and just know that the ladder of death, that everybody's going to climb it. Nobody's invincible. You're going to climb it. But on the other hand, some of this same fabric, some people it's sometimes mean some people call it the staircase to heaven. Well, I guess you have to die before you get to heaven, so it's still the ladder of death. Or some people say this one, it's about growing in your self-confidence, experiencing wisdom, climbing the ladder, and then improving in life. So here you have it. You can decide however you want to interpret it. The ladder of death, the staircase to heaven, or ladder of self-confidence. The next one we have here is called Ashedepo, sugarcane. Once again, I put in the sugarcane because some people did not know what the sugar is, so I had to put a picture. So sugarcane is it's a very cumbersome thing to be eaten. I love it, but it's just too much work for me. So sugarcane, you know, when you're chewing it, you have to peel it, and then you have the sweet part, you chew it, and when you get to the nuts, it's so hard, you have to break it away and continue with the sweet part. So basically, life can be sweet and sour. You just like the sugarcane, keep going and keep eating it. So this is just simply called Ashedepo. Once again, if you go to the fabric stores in Ghana and you say you want the Ashedepo, they know what you're talking about and they're going to give you this fabric. So yes, this one right here is called Obapa. Obapa simply means good woman. So if you have any good woman in your life, you want to appreciate her, this is a good fabric to give to them. It's called the Obapa fabric. Yes, Obapa. Another one I like, one of my favorites, is the Sikawa Ntaban. In Proverbs 23 verses 5, it says money has wings, it's fleeting. So I guess this fabric reminds me of how fleeting life can be and how basically fleeting life can be. So if you have, I guess, money, you have to take good care of it. And then if you don't, it's going to fly away. So I guess it can be used as a financial literacy. If you're teaching kids on how to be financially responsible, you can start with this and remind them. It's in the Bible, Proverbs 23 verses 5. And this fabric is called Sikawa Ataban. Yep. So I want to quickly go through. This one is also called Ahwenepankasa. It simply means royal beasts do not rattle. Royal beasts do not rattle. It's one of my favorite fabrics. And the equivalent in English is probably empty barrels don't make noise. And this is why I love it. It's just called royal beasts don't rattle. I'm going to quickly skip through and then we'll go to this theme called the love, lust, and heartbreak. This one talks about marriage. This fabric is simply called Ukwa Awaria Bisa. Ukwa Awaria Bisa means before you enter a marriage, ask questions. So they employ you to ask questions. You don't want to enter a marriage to find out the man has children or somebody, or even is married and you did not know. So this fabric is basically employed Ukwa Awaria Bisa, and it's one of the saying Akan sayings, Ukwa Awaria Bisa. Yep. The next one it says Yemfa Nsapa Nkwa Awaria. Once again, this is from Ghana. They named it in Ghana. So you don't get married with an empty hand. Yemfa Nsapa Nkwa Awaria. So I guess once again, you have to read your own meanings into it. What does it mean? As a young lady or as a young man or something, you don't go into marriage empty-handed. Make sure you have something to do so that I guess you contribute something to the marriage. You don't just go empty-handed. This one is called Lastful Eye. It's from Cote d'Ivoire. The name Cote d'Ivoire, Lastful Eyes. Well, in my research, it says, well, if you're interested in somebody and the person can't get the sign, I guess when you wear this fabric, they will know. So it's just simply called the Lastful Eye fabric. It's popular in Cote d'Ivoire. This one is called Enfaming One. Don't take me for a snail. So another way of saying, don't take me for a fool. Right? You've taken me for a fool. Don't take me for a fool. So this fabric is called Enfaming One. Yeah. And in Nigeria, it's called Big Bible. Yeah, in Nigeria, this same fabric is called Big Bible. In Nigeria, in Ghana, it's called Enfamingwa. This one right here is very, very popular. This one is really, really popular. It's called the hibiscus. very popular in Guinea and Ivory Coast. People usually add it to their package as a part of the diary. It's also called no hibiscus, no wedding. No hibiscus, no wedding. Yeah. So that is it. This one right here is called Seupuya Misumepue. It means if you leave, I will leave. When I read through some of the reasons it gives, well, basically telling a cheating spouse that, well, continue cheating. If you leave, don't think you are the one who can fly. If you fly, I can also fly. But for me, when I looked at this fabric, that was not the first thought that came into my mind. I was thinking about, liberation, being free. You know, you can see a bird in a cage, and some of them are in cages, and some of them are being let loose and fly away. So that is what this is called in some Francophone countries and some places in Ghana too. So it's it came very, very popular in the 1983. So that is what it means. But I guess once again, you read your own meaning into it. Yeah. The next one we have here is called the Santana fabric, or Don't Turn Your Back on Me. This one was named after Nana Benz. You remember I was telling about Nana Benz in Togo and Benin. So her name was Santa Anna Nelly. So they named this fabric Santana, or Don't Turn Your Back on Me. And then we have this, the Wounded Heart. Yeah, the Wounded Heart. Or the Love Bomb. I guess if you're going through a heart, I really can't tell, but this is simply called the love bomb. As you can see from it's a dynamite that has been lighted up with the love sign at the end. So it's going to explode. And then it has some fabrics that throw shade. You know, they call it throwing shade. This one right here say Akonyas too. I can't say if you have something to say about me, get a chair and sit, because there's a lot to say. So I guess a message to your haters. I don't know. Unfortunately, I have the same fabric, but I'm not saying any message to anybody. This fabric is also called the King's Chair or Hiningwa. So it has this. It means the same one. Like if you want to say something about me, get a chair. Likewise, it can mean something about something royal. But in the Igbo, amongst the Igbo people in Nigeria, it's a very famous fabric, and it's a must-have for newly married couples. So well, once again, it depends on what meaning you want to read into it. This one is the fascinating one because I have it too. So I really liked it. I liked it because of the horse, but this one is the jumping horse, or I ran faster than my rival. I don't know who I'm running faster than, but I just love it. In Ghana, it's called Ponkwa Bodam, so the mad horse. In Ivory Coast, it's called I ran faster than my rival. In Nigeria, it's called the jumping horse. So this is it. And this one is called the eye of my rival. So if you have tensions within the same family members, be in the same family, like a polygamous home, like a man with so many wives and all that. So this is what it is. And then almost last but not the least, this one is called If Afibi is a Sign, Some Years Are Bad. That's what it's called in Ghana. If you say Afibi is a sign, but some people call it, is it macaroni or spaghetti or in other parts of the world. So 2020, I guess it was an appropriate time to wear a fabric like this because it says Afibi is a sign, some years are bad. And then we have something called Asasa, where they mix up different patterns together to form one big cloth. So an example is this one, the Asasa. It will interest you to know that last year when the COVID-19 came, the Ghana Textile Print, which is a subsidiary of Vlisco, Ghana Textile Print is located in Ghana, in Tema. They released a series of fabrics called the Lockdown Collection. And I'm going to show you just a few of them. And I have one, the Lockdown. So yes, it is called the Lockdown. It was designed by Ghanaians and it became very, very popular. So this one is the one I have right here. And it's called the Lockdown. As you can see, it has all these links and you have a padlock holding it down. So this was depicted during the lockdown in Ghana in April 2020. And yeah, so that is the Lockdown version. The Lockdown, it came in so many different designs. So these are some of them. And then this one is the Lockdown 3, during the ease of the lockdown. This one was designed by somebody, Stanley Atipo. He was the creator. It's called the Easing of the Restriction. Yes, so this was designed by him. And then during the lockdown, the president of Ghana will come. What like April, May, June, July, thereabouts. He used to come every week, every Sunday evening to speak to Ghanaians about the lockdown and the measures the government is taking to, help the citizens and, basically protect ourselves from the COVID-19 and so on and so forth. So they designed this fabric for him. Well, not for him, but it had his name. So that's the president of Ghana right there. And then the round glasses. So he's known for wearing round glasses. So the fabric depicts a round glass. So it's called the Fellow Ghanaians Radio Wave Fabric. So that is it. And we just have more. So I guess that is it for my presentation. And yeah, you're welcome to ask any questions. And I'll stop sharing here.
Thank you so much. I wanted to shout out your Instagram, your account, because you post all of your designs on there and they're so beautiful. So if you don't follow Felicity, her account is Akuamez.
Yeah, that's my media.
At AKUAMEZ. So go check out all of her really beautiful garments. And some of those fabrics you showed, I saw that you used them in some of the ones that you've posted. So
yes.
Thank you so much. We always appreciate having you.
I'm very passionate about sewing and fabrics and stories behind fabrics.
Yes.
Something basically it makes me happy. And
yeah, you are a designer.
Thank you. And I have this one here. The money has wings. So anytime I wear it, it reminds me that, hey, you better be careful. Yeah.
Felicity, thank you so much. Those are amazing fabrics. You have shared with us beautiful material, and then you've elucidated it for us so eloquently. So thank you very much for joining us at yet another museum night. You've presented fashion with us. There's a lot of chat. Paige was remembering your fashion show. Susan Cooksey was complimenting your commentary. So thank you so much. Lovely to have you tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure for us. Well, that is a museum night. I am going to close it out. Let me just share one last thing as we say farewell. Let's see. And there we go. So I just wanted to, hopefully that'll come up for you, share with you some upcoming programs that you can look forward to. Of course, you can visit the HARN website, harn.ufl.edu, to find out more about upcoming programs. Family Day, Seeing Stories online, is February 25. Again, go to our website and you'll find the family programs. And there's also a time coming up, Art for All, on March 5. Next museum nights is March 11th. We're partnering with the Center for European Studies. I have threatened to call next museum nights Eurovision. My staff has rebelled, so you're going to have to stay tuned to see on our website what the museum night title is for March 11th. But we look forward to seeing you there. We had such amazing storytellers, dancers, musicians, fashionistas with Felicity, designers, join us tonight. And we're so grateful to everyone who made this museum night, and grateful to you who attended with us. Your comments and energy shared in the chat really brought joy to us, and our performers tonight will enjoy seeing what you had to share when they go back to see the recording. All of our museum nights are available to be viewed anytime on the HARN YouTube channel. You're welcome to explore that. There's lots of material. There's things to do on our website. There's activities. There are things to watch, museum nights and lectures. So we invite you to explore those materials anytime. But of course, the museum is also open. In fact, we've just expanded our hours. We're now open again 6 days a week, Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays as always. And we're open from 10 in the morning till 5 in the evening, Tuesday through Saturday, Sunday 1 to 5. Those are our current hours. Always check the website to make sure there's no changes. And of course, inside the museum, as everywhere on the UF campus, You're required and asked to wear your mask, maintain social distance, and we encourage you, of course, to wash your hands and take good care of yourself and be extra safe. We look forward to seeing you in the museum. There's amazing exhibitions on view that we didn't even touch on tonight, so we'll see you there. Good night.